Okay, Joy Goff-Marcil for District 5. If you win, what will you do specifically to get results?
Well, as I had said in the forum we were just in, I'm the candidate that will listen to you. I have proved that when I was on the Maitland City Council for 6 years, and I listened to the staff, I listened to experts, stakeholders, the constituents, number one. And that's how we get things done. We work together. We had developments that were trying to intrude on our wetlands, and we were able to work to get them to take that out and negotiate and still get more growth in our city, and also get a downtown that we desperately needed. And I did the same thing at the Florida House level. I listened to my constituents. I work with people. I have a personality that is not hostile. I avoid hostility. I don't think that's the way to get things done. It really doesn't get anywhere when we do that. So I'm the one that will make well-balanced, reasoned decisions, and I have an attorney background which helps me understand the problems of doing things that are not to code, and also to work on, if we do change the code, what are the ramifications of that.
So you are running for District 5 Commissioner. How are you going to get results, Steve Leary, if you win?
I'll get them the way I did in Winter Park for 10 years, and it's working with people. It's not condemning people. It's working with the public sector and the private sector. In Winter Park, we were able to pull in 55 new acres of conservation land. We renovated a golf course to a national facility. We renovated a track and field complex to a collegiate level. We did so many things. We undergrounded our power lines. We came up with an urban forestry management plan. We did so many things in the city of Winter Park over 10 years by working with people at the local, state, and federal government. We're going to do that here too. We're going to make sure that the commissioners are not single-issue commissioners, that they come to the dais with open minds and want to talk about things, put kind of some of the nonsense to the side, and work for the people and stop working for themselves.
If you are to win District 5, Kelly Semrad, what would you do to get results specifically?
The first thing that I would like to do is talk about government accessibility. The meetings that occur at the Board of County Commissioners happen during workday hours when it's really hard for local residents to be able to get there. I've been a local resident who's been down there frequently, so I know that when you have children and you have to do school drop-off, school pickup, it's not a user-friendly method of governance in terms of when we talk about participation from locals. So either making mixed mode opportunities so that people can call in and participate in the local government through public comment, or moving the hours of operation to later in the evening so that more people can attend, but looking at more ways to increase our local participation. Then I would also like to talk about some of my two platform issues and how I'm looking at measuring success in terms of stopping urban sprawl and also getting our local economy to work for us. The first one is I'm the vice chair for Save Orange County. I sued the county for urban sprawl. We won in court, but that verdict that came from the judge, the recommended order, largely goes ignored in our land use plans. And so what I've participated in is Vision 2050 and trying to get a new comprehensive land use plan that can work. But we know that plan to get results because last summer I submitted a charter review amendment for our county constitution that would establish the rural boundary, as well as what would happen to that rural boundary if the land was annexed by a municipality. And so that's going to be on people's November ballots. And what that allows for us to do is that if we're successful with the public and the people vote to draw a line between urban use and rural conservation, that we will begin to see that we can invest in the areas that need it most. We can get a bigger return on investment for our taxpayer money for the people who live here, and we can begin to see that we can improve our quality of life by fixing roads that don't work, by getting a mass transit system that will work for people. The sprawling growth pattern has had a really negative impact on our cost of living, lack of affordable housing, our cost of infrastructure, as well as we're now beginning to see that we've developed in such an unsustainable way that we're flooding ourselves out because we've filled in Mother Nature's engineering system with the wetlands. So I'm already ahead of the 8 ball in terms of getting some legislative effort in place so that we can support those decisions in terms of how we manage our growth at the local level to ensure that how we grow answers today's needs for our community and not lining the pockets of developers in the future. Additionally, I'm a tourism expert. And one of the things that I'm looking at first and foremost is I would like to look at our tourist development tax scorecard and begin to reward the companies that are going to pay livable wages and ask those that do not, why not? So we have 1/3 of the people that live here. They can't afford to, they're asset limited, income constrained, yet full-time employed, but they can buy nothing and can't get into anything affordable. We've got an affordable housing metric that starts at about $94,000, which is far too expensive, and I want to look at reducing that metric so that we can either have more affordable housing or even go into workforce housing. But we need to move away from just a private building model, and we need to start looking at government intervention to help get all of the people that are struggling so much in our local economy a place that they can call home and that they can live and be safe with their families.
Thank you so much.